So the question is, 40,000 Ks, 4 years, do we get rid of it? Maybe there's something else better out there. I don't know. Do you know? So I guess the purpose of this video is for you to comment about what you think should be done with this van. And what condition do you expect your van to be in after 4 years and 40,000 kilometres? G'day, Craig and Tracy here, Caravans by the Campfire. Well, is this the end of the road for the zone? 40,000 kilometres, 4 years old. I'm going to show you in this video, just going to have a little walk around the outside, show you some things that you can expect to happen to your van with this kind of wear and tear. And then Tracy might talk about a couple of things inside. This particular brand has an odometer.
Odometer, yeah.
Right, so you can see, you'll see this one clicking over. We just did a trip like 4,500 Ks. What's your van look like after this kind of Ks? Not every van has the odometer in it. So otherwise, what are you going to know? Unless you've got a little notebook. A lot of caravanners have a notebook, so they know how far they've been travelling and whatnot. Have a look here at these seals, right? So I was a bit worried that these would start peeling away. So I started applying some little silicone spray on there. And they're beautiful, except for one, which I'll show you. But all these little knobs work perfect. You turn the key and you just push the button and it's locked. Have a look in here. This is just for our chairs and solar panel and whatnot, but you have a look, 4 years. We've just been out to the desert, yeah? Mm-hmm. And the beach.
Yep.
Right, it's been to heaps of places. It's been out to Mundy and up to the Bash and whatever. But you have a look in here, and what they say about getting the dust in and whatnot, mate, it's pretty much correct. Yeah, the only dust I see in there is the normal dust you'd get in your house, you know, after a few weeks.
Settlement dust.
Just floats around off your clothes,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. Come around here, a couple of little things. I love this toolbox because we stop on the side of the road, cut up the big logs, put them on the top, and then get to the campsite and you can cut them up. We bought this back. This is Murray River red gum, so that's going to be a beauty, isn't it? I'm not chucking that. I wasn't leaving that there. Jerry cans up the front, gas bottles, all that stuff works a treat. Yeah. In here, it's got a slide both sides. Yeah, but you can see it's been well used. Yeah. No rust. It's not rusting out. Nothing like that. We put some marine carpet on. The other side's the same. I put an extra power supply in there so you could put another fridge or something like that if you want to slide out. Anyway, around here, a couple of little bits of damage have happened. Now, this is from hiring it. See here, if you back up and this is not up high enough, you'll run into the little pin. So that's a little bit worse for wear. And the little red stopper here, that's fallen off. And this little cap holder, that's doing nothing now. But
It's disappeared.
yeah, but still, beautiful condition. And all I do is just grease this up regularly. Away we go. Brakes work fine. Blackjack, that's failed twice. Had to do a rebuild. So Rob and I from On Point Caravan Hire, we did it the first time, and then I got stuck out in the bush the second time. But what was happening here, if you have a look down at this leg, see this leg here, it also comes with a foldable leg that comes up. And what happens is it can get jammed here sometimes, and it doesn't fold up properly. So if you've got a hirer that doesn't know what they're doing, chances are it's going to be a catastrophe, and that's what happened. But it's still going like a champion. We've got a little bit of that bush pack on the front of the van. So again, 40,000 kilometres, yeah, good condition. Hasn't had a polish, it's just had a wash from our trip, right? But you can see here, a couple of little bits of that bush packer peeling off. No big deal, but that's the kind of thing that you would expect to be happening after so many kilometres. This stone stomper, great idea, darling. We've only had this on maybe the last 5,000 Ks. So it is fantastic. And when you see the footage, the plumes of dust feed right out the side from this stone stomper. You don't get any rocks coming up in your car, but it just feeds it right off the van, which I think is amazing. Anyway, this one's pretty good. Now, I contacted Zone and I bought from them some new rubber here, right? You can see here, just the outside one, which I thought was peeling over. But with the treatment of that silicone spray, it's all been fine. So if you're out there, just general maintenance, these doors come off too. 2 screws, you can take them off, replace that. So I've got enough of this rubber now to last, I don't know, 4 or 5 van replacements, I reckon. So Sizzler's had it. So I've got this, it's been sitting in the garage for 2 years. This is just magnificent. And it's got a table that plugs in here, a little stand. Bob's your uncle, plug it in. No problem. I know it looks pretty new, but it's just been cleaned.
I've been looking for that plate.
Well, I hide plates from you.
Oh, I know.
Otherwise,
I've
I
been
never
looking
get
for
them.
that. I was looking for that.
Well, you weren't looking too hard, darling.
I was. I've been looking for that for a week since we got home. That's where it's been.
Now, this is the Weber, right? So I've got to get a little flame out device.
Yeah.
So I've ordered that. But anyway, right. I didn't tell you, but I've ordered it.
Yeah, that'd be right.
Listen here. Yeah. This little bung, you've got to keep the silicone spray up to that. Otherwise, you can't get it out or in properly. And it used to have a little chain on there, but
That's gone.
yeah, that's my number one thing. I will never lose that at this point.
Yeah, well, you better. Are
Awning.
you going to replace the chain?
Come in here. No.
Oh, okay. Fine. Next
in
when
here.
it goes. Told you
Right.
so. I'm going to get that on the video just so I've got it.
This awning, Sunburst Eclipse, right? Now this is by, who's the mob that makes the windows?
Aussie Traveller.
Aussie Traveller. And it has performed flawlessly. There is no rips, holes, nothing. And it would have had to been out 1,500 times. Easy, easy. Door, no problem. Again, nothing gets in this door.
Even when you left it open.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was driving.
Yeah, oh yeah. Forgot about that. Yeah.
Even down here, see here? This is the worst dust ingress. See here? This is because these seals don't meet up. If anything at all, you get the mildest bit. This has been red dirt, bull dust, everything, right? That's it. That's the extent of it. So, you know, if you've got to be turning on those air suppression devices, and who wants that? Right, having had a van now with airbag suspension, here, all that auto leveling stuff doesn't really matter. I wouldn't waste my money. Once you work out on here what the PSI is for both sides to be level based on the load that you have in the van, you just flick it to the required one and away you go. We've replaced a couple of things here, so we have a USB-C, but that's all right. Nothing wrong with that. See here we are. Here's what I was talking about. See this? Just peels away. This has got a little, it's not brittle yet, so I keep that treatment up to it, but when you lock it in there, right, it's still fine, nothing gets in, but I think this might be the one that I replace.
Is it on both sides?
Put a new rubber,
Yeah.
right there. Yeah. So it still sucks all the way in, really good seal. Right. Now I've just washed this van with a high pressure hose, right? I mean right around the windows. See these little holes here? Make sure they're clear at all times, because any water that comes in here will run straight out. So if you've been under some trees, check for little wasp nests as well. Have a look at these wheels. Wheels and tyres. Cooper, all-terrain tyre. Now, 40,000 Ks, and I reckon you'd get another 60 out of these. Yeah, there is absolutely nothing wrong with them. I check the wheel nuts regularly, not every single time we stop, because I've found over time that they're always pretty much done. It's got the tyre pressure monitoring system, that's good. Now, interesting, this van's been serviced 4 times in that 40,000 kilometres after the original 1,000 kilometre one. It's got the same wheel bearings, exactly the same wheel bearings, exactly the same brakes that it had on day one. So what do you think of that? That's outstanding. Have you got a van out there, 40,000 Ks?
Your ladder's still
You've
working.
done nothing. The ladder, beautiful. I climb up and down there, only occasionally, to clean those solar panels. And it's load rated. I don't know what the load rating is. I'm like 117, 18, plus another couple. And I have no problem. You can walk on the roof. I know they say don't walk. No, I've never been told not to walk on the roof. I've walked on the roof here half a dozen times. There's no problem. Why have a ladder if you can't get up and walk on the roof? That's just crazy house. Anyway, rear bar, fine. Toilet, fine. This is a nifty little vent for the back of the fridge. Gas, hot water. It's a 20-litre system. Mate, it's all fantastic. Now, it's very low on this side because we've jacked up the airbags on the other side. So I can park it out the front of my place because there's a big tree there. So that's how flexible you can be. All the water's walked all right. We put in an external shower. Anyway, everything else is great. I think I've opened this probably, well, that'll be the 5th time maybe ever. Never had any problems. A couple of fine little marks here. I did that, driving in the night time down a little track into a hip camp, and I just scraped it on one of those really hard trees. So I was devo about that, but anyway, you get over it. So that's it.
Yeah.
That's it, composite. So the question is, 40,000 Ks, 4 years, it's been exceptional. Do we get rid of it? Maybe there's something else better out there. I don't know. Do you know? Hello?
No, there's not.
What do you mean there's not? There must be. This is 4 years old. Technology is greatly improved. Hasn't it?
Yes. I'm not sure about
Does
that.
beg the question though.
I'm
Sometimes
not sure
you luck out. This is a version 1. What is it?
Gen 1 they call it.
Gen 1 van, right? And usually with Gen 1, they've got a few little things. Nothing. In fact, the people we're running into with the more modern ones tend to talk about how good these ones are. But anyway, whatever. So that's it. I'll show you what to expect underneath at 40,000 Ks. Now this is 40,000 Ks. I reckon half of them have been on the highway. The other half have been on dirt roads. Yep, beach, four-wheel driving. This has not done any extreme four-wheel driving, but it's done all the normal stuff. All the normal national parks tracks in between trees, that kind of thing. You stabilise the legs. You just got to do a little bit of maintenance. Spray the WD-40 or the silicone spray. Yep. I've been over this frame with a fine-tooth comb. There was a year or two there where they had some frame issues, but this frame's Mickey Mouse. Now, I'm not qualified to say it's Mickey Mouse. However, I can tell when there's a crack there, or it looks chonky, galvanised, bulletproof. Great turning circle. Oh dear, Cruise Master suspension, 2 shocks on each wheel, airbag on each wheel. Now those airbags, did you know, they should be 10 to 15 years, mate.
Really?
Life cycle.
Oh, that's good.
These are bulletproof. They're those super thick rubber ones. So I don't know. Now, we've only got 3 solar panels up here. They're 180 watts each. Yeah. So what's that, 360, 540, something like that?
Yeah, 540.
We just take our 300 watt solar blanket, lay it out beside it, 400 amp hours of lithium inside, and mate, never a problem. You were even in there the other day running the air conditioning. I thought, what's going on with our power?
I was running the aircon in the fridge and something else, which
Just
I didn't
run
even know that you had on.
Ran everything.
It's
External light's good.
It certainly had a good drink of power.
Yeah. Anyway, the important thing here, so you see this composite? I don't know whether you can see, right? See how shiny this is? It has no degradation, yeah? And I do polish this with that pure wax product.
Yeah, I know.
Because I like it.
You run around with
I like
bottles of
pure
it.
wax. Yeah.
It's like you're going to have a
affiliation
tool
there.
belt, a tradie tool belt soon. It's going to have it hanging off it.
No affiliation. So I don't know. I'm starting to think 4 years, 40,000 Ks. Is that a lot? What would I be thinking if I had a car that was 4 years old with 40,000 Ks? I'd be thinking, laughing, baby, I'm keeping this one forever.
It's just worn in. That's what you'd be thinking. That's what you'd be telling me. It's just worn in.
Yeah, I would. Hardly even run in, mate.
Yeah.
And as I've said in many other videos, these caravans, if they've got a good structure, and you'll see underneath in a minute, where it's all glued and silicon together, there's not 1 ounce of even remotely looking like it's failed.
No.
You know what I mean? A couple of little bits inside where they've pulled away a tiny bit, but you just got to think, it's a pretty good product. So, you'll have to let us know in the comments, won't you? Do you think there's a better product out there? Should we upgrade? 4 years, that's a long time. In the old days, people used to buy vans and they'd have them forever, wouldn't they?
Yep. Absolutely.
Don't you? They'd get
Well,
them
they buy. Set and forget, it's called.
They get them out of the shed. They've got a caravan there. They've got the boat over there.
Yep.
And they just take them on holidays. Maybe we should do that. What's wrong with this?
Nothing.
It's got 40,000 k's. It's 4 years old.
It's got everything you want. Only the other day you were whinging about towing the boat, because we just got back from South Australia where you've been towing the zone for 3 weeks, and then he hitches up the boat because we're taking it up to our Christmas destination, and you're driving it up. We got through 6 sets of traffic lights, it's not even a K, and you turn around and you go, this is shit. This is rubbish. Oh my God.
It was a shocker. It's got suspension on it. It's just, I thought, what is going on with that trailer? But this airbag suspension, the towability of this van, it's just like, you know there's weight on the back. Talking about weight, we bought this at 2450 tear weight, 3.5, right? GVM, so, or ATM, whatever you want to say. So we can stack this up to that, but we've had full water tanks. We've even had the grey water half full, right? Because we forgot to empty it. Fully stocked up with your shoes and stuff. And we're only at 3.1. We measured ourselves on the weighbridge. What was that?
Yeah. Oh.
Three.
Three
Something.
It wasn't 3.1. It was below that.
We had hundreds of kilograms left.
Yep.
So
we were fully decked then when we weighed ourselves.
So I guess, yeah, look, for us, this van, what do you reckon?
I just think it's really hard to walk away.
Is it the end of days for it?
No, I don't know.
It's 4 years old, 40,000 Ks. We could sell this and upgrade. Maybe there's something out there we should upgrade to.
No,
like a Jayco Silverline.
But I just, no. That's a no. That's a clear no for me.
I'm going to get one day.
No, you're not. You're going to get one that you can put on a permanent site somewhere and you can sit up there and be happy as Larry on your own.
Anyway, what?
I don't know. Like, we bought this van because we wanted the payload, and it's still, there's not many out there that can deliver this.
Yeah.
That's a big problem for me.
We're not using the payload though, so maybe we don't need it.
No, but that's because you wanted to put a boat on the 200 series. So if you want to do this, you're right where you want to be. See? This is what you've got to put up with.
That looks nice. I love the ladder, even though I don't use it much. I got to have it. It's a must-have item. Electric awning, that'd be an improvement. Maybe some more power. We have 400 amp hours, lithium.
Yeah, I'd like another battery.
Works great.
That's what I would like. I'd like another battery.
Old? Is that old?
I don't know, we're just discussing it.
It's 4 years old and it's done 40,000 kilometres, which equates to 10,000 kilometres a year.
Yeah, wouldn't hurt to have something newer.
Wouldn't hurt to have something newer.
You're always into new, though.
Spoken by the professional shopping queen
Yes.
of Australia.
Because you're going to Kmart.
Where are you going
What
now?
are you going to Kmart for?
She's going to get a new van. Don't worry about her.
No, she's not. She wants to get a new Prado.
She's old. She's old duck.
We're looking for Prados in 2025.
We can't tow
apparently.
this with a Prado, right? Okay. So, in here, we're minimalist in our approach, aren't we? Right? So, what sort of things? It's all pretty standard, isn't it? What I mean standard is there's a gas cooktop.
Yep.
Yep. There's a normal sink. There's a TV, right? There's a L-shaped little lounge. Yeah. We've got a fridge. It's a decent size.
Yep.
Yep. We've got air conditioning, a couple of hatches. These hatches here, you've got to be keeping the maintenance up on those. Usually just get a paintbrush and a vacuum cleaner, and that sort of does the job there.
Or I get you to take them out.
It still
completely.
works 4 years later on. This is a rain sensor one.
Yeah.
You hear it coming up and down. That's all fine. We only have one fan in this van. You don't need 700. But
I do think we need another one.
probably another one.
After the
Whatever.
recent trip,
We've got
we need
air
another one.
conditioning.
Yeah.
Works fine. Now, in 4 years, a couple of things have happened.
Yeah.
The remote for the aircon.
Yeah, we had to replace it.
Right. The remote for the TV. It was talking to the hatch.
Yes.
Wasn't operating the TV.
Yeah.
Since that time, we've gone through a couple of TVs. If you watch our shows, you'll know. Right. You've trashed it.
What?
And you know what the good thing is? I had absolutely nothing to do with it. But I'm sure you can invent some reason. I might have been in the environment or in the area which caused the problem. Right?
I broke the recent one.
We're back to the very original one with a different remote, and it appears to be working. But what we do, we run Starlink, and we have the Fire Stick TV. Right. So over here, a little dent in here.
Yeah, that came
because
from
something
the upper
fell out of
cabinets.
something fell out of the cupboard. So we've since rationalised here. These little plastic things, they're super sticky. That's good, and we don't put anything heavy in here
No.
to cause a catastrophe.
No.
Microwave works all right. These doors, now, you pointed out the other day, we've adjusted them every 10,000 Ks or so, or whenever I think, we adjust them, right? Because you find random screws on the floor
you do.
at some times. But the key thing is not to do what?
Lean on them.
Yeah.
Because when you go to get things out, it's just a natural human thing. You lean down on the door and you're pushing the door down.
Everyone has that habit. If you're doing it now, stop doing it. Because there'll come a day when everything will be no good, non-repairable.
I have done it. I'm guilty.
And even when you do the screws up, they won't do up anymore. So when you do tighten things up, just nip them very gently. It's like how you should, drives me crazy, how you should turn the tap off. You know the taps? You turn the tap till the water stops, and then you take your hand off the tap. Okay. You don't turn it and then crank it so you can't do any more. Same with these cupboards, right? Same with these screws. Just turn it, nip it up a little bit, and away you go.
Yeah.
These are good. Right, soft close.
Still working?
Beautiful. Now, still working because I've adjusted them. Not all of them work as beautifully as that. But anyway, that's fine. Table's fine. It's got a slight bend in the table.
Yep. And that's from leaning on it.
It's just from leaning on it all the time. Like 4 years, 40,000 Ks. Right? Yep. When you adjust this and slide it down so the stand is under the middle, it's quite stable. But you can see up here. Yeah. Here we go. 40,762. Couple of little issues with the grey tank monitor. I've had to clean that tank out a few times.
It's
LED lights.
Clean.
LED lights.
Second clean.
LED lights still surviving, except for this one. So I've got a video on that one. I had to replace it. But that was no fuss at the end of the day, wasn't it?
No, you love doing it.
We put a different nozzle on the tap. 1, 2, 3. So it can be like aerated, pouring out, or just doing something else. I don't know. That works fine. However, I've noticed in new vans now, we carry around this scrunchie. So when we're travelling, because there's always water still in the pipe.
Yeah, but I've got into a habit now of bleeding the water out after you turn this travel switch off.
Okay, so see this fail-safe position, right, comes down. Things aren't meant to fail in a position that's not going to be good for anyone. So I notice the taps now pull up. Yeah? Or turn one way or the other.
When we travel, like this sink buddy is in here. So if you're going on a bouncy road, it knocks the tap. And if you haven't bled the taps, the water comes out, goes straight into everything. So it's just, has happened, it's been a problem. So now I bleed the water out once you turn the switch off, put the scrunchie on so that can't move. Well,
This works fine. It does need adjusting now and again. And there's a fair bit of weight in there. So you just got to watch how much weight you put in these side-mounted slides. Right, you can see that there's a slide at the top and the bottom, so there's nothing holding this side except the door. That works fine.
Just got to go back in there.
Shower's fine, beautiful.
Yep, shower's fine.
Nothing wrong with the shower. I have fitted another shower head, which comes straight out of the. Where's that?
Came from Harvok.
That's out of the Harvok Caravan. We did that review, and that shower head was crazy. It comes out soft and gentle as anything, but you seem like you got so much water on you. Okay, all these cupboards work. Toilet works. We carry 2 cassettes. That's fine. This thing is a beauty, mate.
Washing machine's fine.
About 17 litres, 15 minutes. It has other cycles, but you know, you're not washing work clothes, or we're not.
No.
Anyway, this door has come off its hinges twice. Right? Now, what's required here, it's not a real hard thing, but you peel these little bits off, there's a screw in there, and a screw down the other end. But you have to break the seal here on this elastic with a really fine knife, and then you can lift that up, and it'll stay in position while you put some Loctite and do up those screws that are up in there. So when you travel, you've really got to jam something else in down there so it doesn't move whatsoever. Yeah, just jam something in down there. Anyway.
Oh, fridge. Freezer.
Now you might have heard that on the floor. Hear that? It's just got one little squeak. I don't like squeaks.
Oh,
anyway,
tell me about
sometimes there's a little squeak on the floor. It just depends. Right. Turn that off. This door, it's never come off. It's been on corrugations for days, mate. No problem. Fridge and freezer is fine.
Well, we've had a couple of, like this one.
This Bushman?
We lost a
Good.
shelf because it had a crack in it,
Yep.
which we knew anyway. So last trip broke, and then we've just taken a shelf out here to just change how we were.
We'll put these little racks in. They're great. Pull them out. Away you go.
So to do that, shelf goes.
Yeah, this shelf here we had to bring it out to do that. Anyway, put a couple of these on. All the doors. Yep. Sometimes they go out of alignment. Not very often. And it's all glossy. Personally, I don't like the gloss,
No, you're
so I'm happy
against
to
the
upgrade
gloss.
to something that's matte.
Yeah.
However, I've got in this habit of just cleaning them. Again, with that same product I'd use outside, and it's magnificent. Now, all the windows and doors, working fine.
Yep.
Never an issue, not leaking, nothing, everything happening. Over here, though, on your side,
Yep.
there's a little slight thing going on here. When you pull it up, it's not quite in line anymore. See that? And if you're not careful, so I've got to have a little look at that because I'm sure that must just need adjusting up the top here. Yeah, I just haven't got around to it yet. But it's good. And we're very gentle and careful with everything, aren't we?
Yep.
Let's have a look under here, under this table. So this has gas, hot water, gas heating, all U-Butte. Have a look under here. Right. So, 400 amp hours of lithium, DC charger, AC to DC charger. Everything's good. There's an inverter, it's over here under this side. Right. So, that's pretty much it. Now that's worked flawlessly, hasn't it? Yeah. The van was stored, and I accidentally parked it under a tree, right? Left the fridge on, and about 10 days later I went back and the batteries had turned off. So they got down to there between 5 and 10%. So we just hooked the power back in, pushed the button on the batteries, and she fired back up. No problem at all. And where it's sitting now, we're sitting at like 68%. Yeah. So again, it's sort of under trees, so it's getting this filtered light. The fridge is the only thing running.
Yep.
And it's sitting at that all the time. Just goes down 65, back up 68, 70, 62, that kind of thing. Right, so what do you reckon? What do you reckon?
Oh, look.
40,000 Ks? Yep. 4 years old. Okay.
Everything's
Shiny
still,
as, sparkling.
Everything still works just
been-
as it's supposed to.
It's had 2 owners, and it's been rented out the rest of the time.
Yes, it has been,
Yep.
and it's survived all of that.
So it's pretty hard, heavy duty. What about the fact that it's composite van? That's a spin out. Now, people will tell you anything out there. I wonder why the whole industry is moving to composite vans. Yep. Just ask yourself that question and go and buy yourself a composite van. Don't even waste your time buying something else. That's my opinion, right, from my own experience. Just the way this van hangs together and the qualities in terms of cooling and heating. Lighter
Insulation
weight,
properties.
solid construction, latest engineering techniques. Right, this van's got the full underbody pack. Yeah? Terrific. Everything's in good condition. The shocks don't even have, you know how you get all those rock marks on your shocks? Nothing like that. If you have a look under here, all this sealing, there's just no perishing whatsoever. Everything's in good condition. All these pipes are secure and out of the road. Yeah. There's some just up in the back here. There's the odd chance you could get a rock, but no damage has been sustained anywhere. And you see those mud flaps hanging down at the front. So they do a pretty good job. Everything's great, mate. All the pipe work, it's good. No leaks anywhere. Rear bar's good. All these pipes, not a problem in the world. Try to squeeze these front arms. Have a look under here. Plenty of room. You can have another water tank here or something. Have a look at this chassis, mate. She is bulletproof. A little bit of dirt here and there, but I'll tell you what, having a black floor, see this dark colour? It's fantastic. Yeah, we've had vans before that are brown, and I'm not saying this is spotlessly clean, but it doesn't look dirty, and you can't see it's dirty at any time. I think it's good. Hard-wearing bench top. This step here just works. So it's had another block added to it here. This was by the first owner. Yeah, because these steps, it's a long way from there up to there and then to the ground. But anyway, something else people don't know, when you've got airbags, you're meant to lower them down, not onto the bumper stops, but just close to them. So the van comes down, so it's easier to get in and out of. So if you're not doing that now, that's where you should start your levelling up from. Lower it down and then start the levelling. You'll be fine. Okay, little plastic bits come out of there. Now, 4 years, 40,000 Ks. I don't know. Seems to have stood up to the test of time. But the important thing is, do you guys think we should be upgrading to something else? What you've got to consider is there's substantial value in this van. The longer you keep it, the less value there is. That's just a logical thing. So do you sell it now while it's in mint condition? Yeah, a couple of little marks here and there. Upgrade to something else. Doesn't have to be this brand, it could be any brand. You can see down there, it's just shiny, mate. Yeah. No delaminating. Talking about, look, composite vans. I wonder why everyone's building their vans now out of composite. They're making the change. Now I know that's a significant tooling expense for van manufacturers, but it is just so easy. Fewer people required. Much better construction. Just much better construction. Easier, just all goes together well. And the insulation properties are to die for. That's the main fundamental difference. Yeah, it's got strength. People say, oh, what if we have a little accident, a ding? You fix these things just like you would a fiberglass boat. Yeah? You have a ding in another one, you know, they're taking the side off and they're welding new panels in, and they might think that's easy. But, yeah, maybe it is. And why are we worried about that? Yeah? I don't know why I'm worried about it. Insurance companies aren't charging a premium for people having composite vans, are they now? Yeah, in fact, I think we should be getting a discount. Yeah, much easier. So what do you think? Now, you just got to think. You don't fall in love with the van, you fall in like with it.
Yes, but we've never got to actually live in the van. We've not that we want to live in it, but we've moved between the people that are hiring the van and what we want to do with it. And we're at a point now where there's only a few more hirers left, and then we'll be able to fit it out the way we really wanted to do that and take it on a few trips. And then I think after that time, maybe I'll consider it.
Yeah, but hold on. It's just a matter of 40,000 kilometres, 4 years old. Doesn't matter what we've done with it.
Well, typically as soon as anything's out of warranty, as soon as the warranty's expired, no matter what the kilometres, and if it's got low kilometres, you would get rid of it. You would treat it like a car.
Right. So you could have it for one more year.
Yes.
And I might say, Zone, the couple of things that we've queried about, they've been super fast to deal with them. Mm-hmm. Right? Now, I don't know if it's the same for everyone. You go on the Facebook site, some say it is, some say it isn't. But anyway, they've serviced us well. No real questions. So I guess the purpose of this video is for you to comment about what you think should be done with this van. And what condition do you expect your van to be in after 4 years and 40,000 kilometres? What do you think about that? What should we be doing with this van? Is it over?
I don't think it's quite over yet. I don't think the fat lady's singing yet.
Well, the fat lady.
Or Fat Craig, whichever one you would like me to refer to.
I can sing
I think
if
the
you
fat
want me
lady
to.
might be better.
What do you do to keep it in this kind of condition? A lot of people are out there park it in a big shed, right? Particularly country people, because they've all got a big shed.
Oh, you're so jealous of
A
their
lot of city
sheds.
people have just got them in a storage lot, right? Or they've got a big cover over them. And we've always said before, if you're not using these things regularly, you know, strange thing happens. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Yep, because the next video coming out is about our GVM upgrade.
Yes.
We got it done on the Land Cruiser. Now we can tow a Palace, can't we?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, well, so they say. But we can put stuff on the roof, and you're able to come along with me.
Funny, ha.
Anyway, that'll be good. Oh yeah, 2025, we've got a couple of good things coming up. Like, despite what's happening with our van, we're getting the keys of a different van, aren't we?
A brand spanking new van no one's
We've
seen
had this brand before, but it's a
Yeah.
brand new model of theirs, and we're taking it out. When I say they're giving us the keys, so that we can drive it for 10 days or 14 days. Take it to the beach, out to the
Yes.
desert,
Yes.
through that place where it's cost us thousands of dollars.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Up there on
that's
that
a
north
video
coast.
onto its own.
Yeah, we've got to go through a tidal creek, and sometimes it's not too low.
Sometimes mini cyclones come through.
Anyway, if you know where that is, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So we're going to review that van in January. So look out for that. But next will be this GVM upgrade of Big Betsy. Betsy the Beast. Righto. Thanks for watching this year and subscribing. That's terrific. Yep. Have a good Christmas. We'll keep putting these videos out because I know half of you are out there sitting there waiting for a video and everyone else goes on holidays. Isn't that right? No holidays for me.
Yeah, no holidays.
I'll be in there having some refreshments.
Oh, yeah, that'll be right. That'll be the end of the
Making
video
a few
editing.
videos.
Yeah, it's coming.